Hi YouTube. Try not to get too distracted. I have this window that continually is popping up, but I can't figure out how to get rid of it, which I'm going to take care of after this video. I just wanted to get this out of the way first. So I wanted to add on to Dreams Within Dreams, what she's been talking about lately. Very interesting stuff. I learned about this thing myself just a few months ago, and I was actually going to do a video about it, but I just kind of set it aside because it's really it's weird, and it's just kind of a crazy thing to speculate about. But I'm glad that she talked about it because now I want to add my 2 cents. It's this thing called the WebDriver Torso, and how I found out about it was from my nephew. He's a teenager, so he does what teenagers do, and he gets on YouTube and looks at a bunch of stupid stuff. And so it was in one of those list videos, like top 5 or top 10, I can't remember, but it's like top 5 or top 10 weirdest internet mysteries. Okay, and it's a channel by Google. It's called WebDriver Torso. Just look it up. And can you see these right here? All this right here, all these red and blue squares and cubes? These are a bunch of different videos. This thing uploads videos all day, and all it is a bunch of tones and red and blue squares and rectangles. And it just goes on and on and on. And there are thousands of videos, and it has like 17,000 subscribers or something like that, and it grows every day. And so it's got YouTube's attention because everybody wants to know, what's the point of this? This is pretty weird. Well, Google even came out and tried to explain it, and they said they're just testing or something like that, which a lot of people, even on the video, didn't believe in the comment section because it is bizarre. They just post videos every hour, every few minutes or something like that, and it's just red and blue squares over and over again and just weird tones and beeps. It's very strange. But what I didn't understand, or what I didn't catch whenever I was researching this myself, was that there is one picture out of thousands of videos, and it's this right here. It's of the Eiffel Tower. See, she caught that, and I didn't catch that. And that was posted, I think she said, like 2013. So there's 1,001 bazillion videos, and out of one video is just this picture of the Eiffel Tower, which is very strange. So and she's suggesting or speculating that it might be programming code, and that's what I thought whenever I learned this a couple months ago. And after I researched it after my nephew left, I kind of came to the conclusion that's either a programming code or it's a signal. And I think it might be a signal. I mean, I don't know for sure, but that's what I'm leaning more toward. And it's interesting though because you have nothing but just red and blue colors. That's the only two colors they use in any and all of the videos. And that's your duality, right? That's your two pillars. Your left, your right, you're up, you're down, you're red, you're blue. So it could be programming code for this duality system that the system has been rewired to, which would be your 3, 6, 9 system that Tesla talked about. And they got that movie. And granted, they're movies, but I don't care what anybody says. There's truth in all of them, and it's absolutely provable. So whether or not this is one of the true things, I don't know. But if you watch that movie, They Live, about an alien race, basically, that took over Earth, and they use us as livestock, and they control and own everything we buy and do. And they're just harvesting the planet and harvesting us, basically. There's a resistance movement, and the guy says that there is a frequency that's given off by our TVs, even if they're not on, and it helps them control humanity. So you think about it, you figure radios probably had to be the same thing, right? So everybody had a radio, and then everybody had a TV, and now everybody has a tablet or a computer or a laptop or something, and all this stuff is connected to the internet or Ethernet. So they're putting out that signal through the radio, then they were putting out that signal through the television, and now they're putting out through the computer and through the internet, because all those things, the laptops, the computers, the tablets, all that stuff is connected to the internet. So it almost just makes me wonder if they're giving off some signal like they did in that movie. As crazy as it sounds. I know it sounds crazy. I'm very well aware of that, but I don't care. Could care less. What's crazier is what's coming out of our politicians' mouths. And you have that movie, or that show, it was a movie that they eventually turned into a TV series, Stargate, where they said in that show that the ancients, which would be your fallen angels, or your alien race, that in the movie They Live, that's them, that's the ancients, that's the fallen ones, whatever, that they found a structure or a signal in the background radiation. And then you have that other TV show called Rewind that was all about CERN, and they even said so. They call it the largest particle collider. Just go to Google or go to YouTube and type in Rewind TV show. You'll see what I mean. And in that, they talked about how they had to have a lot of background radiation to open up a portal using CERN. So that's what I think Fukushima was as well, besides killing the planet and changing our DNA, because we evolved too, but we're devolving. Because whenever the light fell the last time and mutated everything, you know, when you look in the mirror and you see what you look like now, that's not what you used to look like. We changed. And so Fukushima and all this radiation is there to change our DNA, change us all together, because we're about to become human and machine put together. And it's also, according to that show, if that show was right, and it kind of makes sense, that they would also release all that radiation to open a portal, because they need, in that TV show, you need a lot of background radiation to open up a portal, or wormhole, or black hole, or whatever you want to call it, which is what they're talking about with CERN. And so, in my opinion, you have the signal is either being amplified by the background radiation, or the background radiation is amplifying the signal that may or may not be being put out by this WebDriver torso. It's funny that they can just come up with some bullshit explanation and put it on YouTube, and they could be putting out a signal in front of everybody's face and no one's thinking twice about it. So, I know this is why I didn't even want to put the video out, because it all sounds crazy and insane, but I don't really care, because I was talking about with someone that I work with last night, and they were talking about getting their pension, and we live in Illinois, okay? If I were to give them a pen and paper and say, do the math showing me that you're going to get that pension, they can't do it, okay? So we live in crazy town banana pants. So all I'm doing is just playing along. Thanking my subscribers for watching, thanking you for the support, and what's great is I know that there all are people, and a lot of you actually out there, that don't think that I'm crazy and think about this stuff and try to work it out too. So thanks to her for trying to work this out, and thanks to everybody for helping as well.